Luxurious Coca-Cola machine. Now, of course, bleachers. Looks like we're all seated and settled over here. How are we doing over here this morning?
He's ready to go.
Sea lions. Yes, I see one right now. Now, of course, we'll be kicking off here now. Sea lions, of course, as you might have heard there, they have a bit of an iconic greeting to them. Does anyone here, if you think you sound like a sea lion, it is pretty easy. If you came here today with anyone who snores, anyone who is maybe known to burp, we're going to get started. Looks like we are also joined by some more marine mammal friends of ours here today. Looks like we have Bogdan, Jules, and of course Nigel and Jasmine there today. So of course what we are here to see,
That's a big boy.
That's a big boy.
Is our other celebrity guest here. Looks like we got our friend KINH.
Wow.
13-year-old male stellar sea lion weighing in at... Tell you what, let's take some guesses. How big do you think the big guy weighs? Just over here.
1 million.
600 pounds. We're talking about the sea lion and not me, right? All right, 1,500 pounds. Anyone got a number in kilos? 2,000? Yeah, pretty close. KINH here weighs around 700 kilos right now.
Wow.
Of course, we are going to be seeing him in action here, working with those marine mammal trainers. Now, of course, what you are watching them here today do is make sure those stellar sea lions are given plenty of healthcare that they actually
I know,
participate
I'm doing that.
in. You can see those stellar sea lions raising their flippers, opening their mouths, sticking out their tongues. That's like when we go to the dentist, right? We all open our mouths and we say, what, now you guys are yawning? Jeez, you guys are a tough crowd today. No, of course, there is plenty of healthcare and lots of enrichment that takes place at Vancouver Aquarium. Looks like today we are going to see the gating exercise, which of course helps KINH practice with going behind the scenes here. In case the marine mammal trainers need to use the space for a dive or a cleaning and all sorts of stuff. We gotta make sure KINH is familiar with going to the back space there so that he is nice and comfortable with that space. Now, of course, on top of that enrichment, there is also two major types of enrichment here. Of course, the first one, we all know it, physical enrichment. That's like gym class for our pals here. Now, one of our favorite things to do here is to announce where our splash zone is today. Now, look under your seats if you see a red dot. There's no red dot. I just like to make it look. No, of course, if you are in the front row here today, you may be in our splash zone. If you're in a row behind the front row, I can come by with the water bottle. Just a heads up. No, of course, we might have some splashing here because, of course, with physical enrichment, they're preparing a makeshift station there. Of course, reaching is one of the favorite physical activities you'll see here. That's where KINH will charge up all of that muscle. He'll pounce up out of the water, and then, of course, he'll splash right about... Are you guys members? Okay, right about here. There we go. All right. Now, of course, that is just some of the enrichment that takes place here. There is also plenty of mental enrichment for those stellar sea lions. Engaging exercise that uses different muscle groups gives them that fun challenge there so they can really activate those different muscle groups. Sort of like when we used to go to school. I know it's been like 6 months of summer vacation. It feels like it. But of course, that is what gives them that exercise. You saw in a minute there, KINH there, it looked like he was waving hello at us, wiggling a flipper and swimming at the same time. But of course, that was him using that multitasking behavior. It's two different muscle groups. It's the equivalent of some humans patting their heads. This is the end of our program here. If you want to see the poo, if you have any questions about stellar sea lions, come on down. See us at the end of the boardwalk here. But just a reminder, while the trainers are... Well, these stellar sea lions get a special award. Now, folks, what do you think a good award for a stellar sea lion might be? Some fried fish is an excellent award for a stellar sea lion. Sometimes behaviors might not feel like the right one at the moment there, but it is a-okay because it's all about that bond of trust. The relationship between the stellar sea lions and marine mammal trainers has led to wonderful solutions here at Vancouver Aquarium. Plenty of research is taking place here. I highly recommend after this program. You head downstairs to our Arctic habitat there. You can learn about some of the research that's taking place. One study we really like to highlight here between the marine mammal trainers and the stellar sea lions, it puts the metabolisms of those stellar sea lions in the 1990s. Stellar sea lions partnered up with the marine mammal trainers from the University of British Columbia to study, of course, the diets back in the 90s. Well,
So cute.
we didn't have my fitness bell back then, right, Jasmine?
Wow. So sweet.
That's right, we didn't have my fitness pal, so we had to look at their diets the old-fashioned way. We had to look at the aftermath. Now, of course, sorry to discuss to you this early in the morning, but they had to look at a little something called stellar sea lion scats. Folks in the middle, if you don't know what scat is, it's like the word poop, but spelled backwards. If you think you know what that is, you can shout it out at the top of your lungs.
Yeah.
Poop.
I thought someone would take me on the audio poop. I guess, okay, well, we're a very humble audience, but just so you know, I happen to have some of that very poop in my pocket if you want to come see it after the program. Huh? Ew, no, okay, all right, well, fine. Now, of course, they looked at the poop of the stellar sea lions to see that, of course, the diets that they were eating, what was left behind was slowly changing. That high-protein fish that they relied so much on was slowly getting swapped out for junkier fish. Someone else was eating all that high-protein fish. Any guesses on who it might have been?